I print a lot of items using my 3D printers, and I thought maybe I'd do a quick video and explain a little bit about 3D printing and which printer I particularly like and what I find is now my favorite printer. The printer on the left is an older Creality Ender 3, and the printer on the right is pretty new. I just bought it about a month ago. It is a Bambu A1 Combo. We'll talk about what that combo is here in a second, but let's talk about how 3D printers work, then we'll get into some of those details. The two printers on my workbench here are filament printers, and what that means is you have to load them up with filament. Filament is basically a roll of plastic. The way these printers work is quite amazing. They basically print every object one layer or one line at a time. It keeps stacking those layers until you have the 3D object itself. Some printers like this older Ender 3 was a little bit slow. We thought these were fast back in the day, but today with the Bambu Labs A1, well, these are quite fast. The Ender printer originally cost me $200. That being said, I did see a newer model of this being sold at Micro Center for only $50, and they had the next version up for $79. I don't know if they were clearancing those out, but that's all the costs they were. They were extremely inexpensive. The Bambu at the time of this video, Micro Center was selling for $339 unless you bought the combo with it. That's this particular device over here, the AMS. What the AMS unit does is it allows you to print from 4 different colors. Your lower end printers, such as this Ender, well, you could load one spool of color at a time, and well, that's all you can print unless you pause the print and change out the filament. The Bambu with the AMS unit lets you change those colors on the fly. It actually does it for you. You program the printer, you build the print in your slicer. Once you send it off to the printer, it changes those colors on the fly. You don't have to worry about it. It's pretty cool. And as you can see from this box that I printed, it's a pillbox, that the colors come out really nice and the print comes out really nice. In fact, this was printed as you see it. Once it finished printing, the hinge and everything worked just as it should, and the product was ready to be used. It was pretty cool. The speed between the two is amazing. The difference with the Bambu is just astonishing. When I first bought the Bambu printer, I compared the two by printing this whistle, and I tried to configure the settings on the Ender just about the same settings as I could with the Bambu, and the Bambu printer printed that whistle a whole lot quicker. I think it was 3 hours to print on the Bambu and 9 hours to print on this Ender. Now, as you can see, the whistle on the Ender came out very nice. It's very clean, but again, this Ender has some upgrades that allows me to print in extremely high quality mode, but it did take 9 hours to print this whistle. And the Bambu printed the very same whistle. I used a different color of filament, but in 3 hours, and the quality is virtually the same. That's quite amazing. The one thing that I really don't care for on the AMS is the amount of time and the amount of waste that happens when you do print something that's multicolored. It basically has to purge the print head, put new filament in, and then purge some of that so that there is no contamination of colors. While it's doing this, it's making a lot of waste, as you can see, and it just slows down your print process. But it is a very cool feature, as you can see. Now, the speed and the quality that the Bambu prints is so amazing. I really have nothing negative to talk about. It's just absolutely a fantastic printer, specifically for beginners, but it also has a lot of options to modify and change and make that much better for more advanced people like me who are used to printing with 3D printers. And 3D printers seem to get a lot of hate, and I think that's because a lot of people print a lot of toys and gadgets with them, but they really don't print anything super useful, but I actually do. One of the very first useful things that I printed is this coupler on my Shopsmith. These couplers are made to fail in case something were to jam up, and so I print these in PLA because PLA is a little more brittle and they will fail if something jams up. But instead of reaching out to Shopsmith and buying these couplers, well, I print my own, and they have proven very well. I've been using them for years with no problems at all, and I've only lost a couple of couplers. I've printed a handful of these off. These are for the Hercules batteries, so I could hang them next to the battery chargers on my wall. And speaking of Hercules tools, I designed another component that allows me to hang these right above my workbench on the shelf above. All of the receptacle outlets in my shop are also 3D printed. I know these are really cheap, but they also only cost a few cents to print on the 3D printers. And once you own a 3D printer and you start to use it, well, you end up finding all kinds of things that you can print that can either help you or help you stay organized. The door glides on these sliding closet doors in our house, well, they break all the time because the ones you buy in the store, well, they're kind of garbage. This particular set is a heavy duty set. I printed it out of PETG, and well, they're not going to break anymore. They've even got some little gussets in the corners, and they're going to hold up quite well. I often print pegboard accessories to help me hang things on my pegboard, and every now and then I print some type of little gadget like this one that keeps these doors closed on this cat box. The cat would like to use the box and open the doors. This little lock keeps those doors shut, and that keeps the litter and the litter box and everything inside, and I don't have to worry about these doors opening up anymore. And I'll be the first to say that I am not very good at CADing anything, and you need to use CAD to make some of these parts. So I use a free online product made by Autodesk called TinkerCAD. TinkerCAD is awesome because you can be not very good at CAD like me and still be able to design pretty much anything that you can think of. It's super easy to use and the learning curve is very small. So looking back at the limited 3D knowledge that I have, I think the one thing that I wish I had done from the beginning is bought a really good 3D printer. I'm not saying that the Creality wasn't a good 3D printer, and at this time it was kind of the only thing that was available, but wow, does the Bambu really shine. You really do not need to know a lot about 3D printing. You can pretty much put this together out of the box within an hour and be printing whatever you want. It wirelessly connects to your cell phone, so you can even find online prints from your phone and print them straight to the printer. I have been at work 42 miles away and sent prints to the bed and came home and pulled off what I printed. It's just that cool. Keep in mind, the AMS is an option. You really don't need this unless you want to switch out colors on the fly while you're printing, but you can buy the printer and the AMS as a combo. It's sold in one box, and right now it's a little less than $500. So anyhow, I just thought it would be kind of cool to show you around my 3D printing world and show you how some of this stuff works. If you like these types of videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. Take a look at some of my other videos. At the very least, you might be entertained.